Shitcase Cinema. On the Shitcase Cinema. Oh, it's the Shitcase Cinema.
Is that a goddamn shark broke through that door?
I expect so.
So looking at this already, it's looking like it's going to be a stock stupid film with moronic young people who you just want to die. And it looks like they're going to die, which is great, until Thomas Jane just happens to be in the neighbourhood to save the day. Intense stuff. Now we move on to a few characters here who are talking about trying to wipe out Alzheimer's. But why is Ronnie Cox sitting there? Now he's a great actor, but he doesn't even open his mouth, and this is the only time we see him, so what's the point? So anyway, there's Samuel L. Jackson, who's playing one of the world's richest men, and decides to pay a visit to this underwater research facility. Now it's a weekend, so most people, as you can see, are leaving, and that means we're stuck with just a handful of annoying people now. Now these annoying people have apparently engineered the sharks so their brains are now 5 times bigger. So the whole issue is to get some protein from the shark's brains which will help reactivate human brain cells in Alzheimer's patients. Now that's pretty straightforward and believable, yeah? Well, not really. So to get a shark, you don't catch one with a load of people helping out. Nope, you just send Thomas Jane into the water with a stun gun and he can shoot it in the head and get it on a platform. Convenient how it landed in the exact spot that he needed, but whatever. Now because the sharks have brains 5 times bigger, we're meant to now believe that they're super intelligent sharks who know everything like fucking Einstein or someone. So this means they'll be able to recognise guns, defy all physical logic by swimming backwards, and knowing that security cameras are placed all around to monitor them. It's not like somebody injected a vast encyclopedia of knowledge into their brains, so it's completely retarded, but, you know, it's only a film, so stop complaining.
What in God's creation?
Oh, not his. Ours.
Steady on, lad. It's a bit arrogant, innit? It's not that amazing anyway. But putting yourself above God, who apparently made the universe, including an evil talking snake who used to hang out with Adam and Eve, is a bit mental. So a shark with a slightly larger brain doesn't really excite me very much. So everyone's helping out with the procedure on the shark, and it all goes according to plan. And then, if you didn't know, lightning is shooting around in our skulls. Look, there's proof for you. So this is amazing, but oh dear me. See, what's the lesson from this? The lesson from this, boys and girls, is don't smoke, because you'll lose an arm. I don't know how that'll happen, but you never know when a shark might just pop out of nowhere to surprise you. Now anyway, so this guy's missing an arm and it's now time to call in for some help, but naturally a storm is kicking off outside and it's so bad that the helicopter guys just drop the one-armed bandit into the sea, where one of the Albert Einsteins decides to grab him and pull him about, thus sending the helicopter into the control room and blowing some fat lady up. Bloody hell, this is insane. So the entire place begins to blow up and, ooh, who's that cheeky chap? Well, that's the cook played by a rapper called LL Cool J. Now I know what you're thinking, any film that stoops low enough to hire a rapper as an actor must be really shit, but he actually is a really fun character and brings some comic relief along with his stupid pet bird. Now, he plays a religious cook, so towards the end of the film when he's coming out with this huge inspiring speech, he has to just naturally ruin it by saying this.
Your mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, because I carry a big stick, and I'm the meanest motherfucker in the valley. Can I get an amen?
Meanest motherfucker, eh? Brilliant. Now, you probably won't recall this, but during my review of The Relic, there was some input from some random guy, so let's go get his views on certain things.
I mean, it's a plot where you have a bunch of scientists, they want to use these shards, enlarge them, in order to get into the brain and basically find a cure for Alzheimer's. And unfortunately they fucked up, and they go crazy, and they start killing people left and right.
Sharks are overrated, aren't they? I prefer sloths and giraffes. Did you know giraffes are mute? Just an interesting fact for you there, value for money and all that, even though you're not even paying for this review. But if anyone is feeling generous enough, I will happily take your money from you. Maybe I could even start doing adverts of different brands of beer, like, Carlin, the best beer around. Now if anyone's listening from Carlin, please send in some samples to me and I will happily promote your product for you. And that's Carlin, the Great Lager. So anyway, with the facility flooding and all the crew trapped, the sharks begin to knock down the doors and chase them. But there's always time to stand around and explain to us what's going on. Now meanwhile, the cook's bird gets eaten here, which is meant to be really sad, but it's not. And he decides to run away from the shark and hide in his oven. Can anyone guess what's going to happen here? A meteor hits the planet and everyone dies and then the film is over? Nope. The shark knocks a dial on the oven, but LL Cool J manages to break out and kill the shark by throwing his lighter at the oven. Quality. Now this film has some great animatronic sharks and overall the quality is pretty impressive, but then there are awful moments like Sam Jackson's death here. You know, he's happy enough giving what he probably thought was an Oscar-winning speech, but then this travesty happens. Now thankfully it's only on screen for about a second, but I remember seeing this at the cinema when it came out in about 2000 or whenever, and I laughed at it back then.
Come on, man, what the fuck are you thinking? That's not bad at all, okay? You haven't seen enough bad movies, you think that's fucking bad.
Oh, come on, you bring someone in to help out and they moan and complain.
Now, does the CGI look like crap? Yeah. But it's a fun idea. Oh shit! The fucking shark ate me! You know, at least he would get his revenge by fucking up snakes later on, but same motherfucking Justin just got bitten and pulled down and just... I did not expect that to happen.
So let's move things on. The crew run through the facility which keeps on flooding and the sharks keep on chasing them, and then we get to another amusing death here. Ah, remember me for having a ridiculous death scene. Now let's stay with the killings. Okay, this one looks okay. Okay, yep, still fine. Fair enough, thank you, brilliant. Oh, what's that? That's just going way too far, it's shit, but whatever. Ooh, what's going on here? Well, the shark has her trapped, so standing on your own rubber wetsuit and dropping an electric cable into the water gives us one dead shark. You know, this really isn't a film to sit around with the family and watch. It's violent, it's got her showing off her lovely figure, and there's a fair amount of swearing, so don't show this to any elderly grandparents or auntie or uncles because they'll just complain. Grumpy fuckers, they'll be dead soon anyway. So the three remaining idiots manage to get to the surface. LL Cool J looks like he's going to be shark food, but he manages to fight off the intelligent Albert Einstein shark and wrap a few bandages on his shredded leg, and he's now fit as a fiddle. Seriously. So the shark is going to escape the paddock, but you can't have a smart shark going out into the deep blue sea. Yeah, that's where the title comes from, because no doubt it'll go around educating other fish and spreading its vast knowledge. So you've got to shoot it. Now to lure it, you've got to drop some blood into the water. Or jump in yourself, which is a bit retarded. That's really strange because according to the shark book it says it is known that sharks can detect a single drop of blood in 1 million drops of water. So all she had to do was go blip and drip some blood into the sea. So why the hell does she jump in? So I don't know what she was thinking here, and then the shark goes for her. So Thomas Jane throws his gun away and dives into the water. Now I don't know what he was expecting to do against the shark, but who cares? The woman gets eaten up, which is a little surprising. Thomas Jane gets shot along with the shark and the cook blows them up. But sadly Thomas Jane survives, so he can go on to become the Punisher. Might be good, never seen it.
And come on, man, you got the Punisher versus the shark, okay? Any film with Thomas, you know, the Punisher fucking up the shark, it's not that bad of a movie.
So, thanks some random guy, it's always a pleasure. Actually, that gives me an idea. Do you have a vast head full of movie knowledge, are female, are highly attractive, and can clean and cook? If you fit that description, then you can have a role on Shitcase Cinema, and we'll just get rid of Professor Bruce. So, let's mention the music briefly. Now, a classic such as Jaws gave us the legendary da-dum, da-dum, which everybody in the world knows, unless you're deaf. Like, no offence to deaf people, but you're not going to complain, are you? Because you can't even hear what I'm saying. But Deep Blue Sea gives us LL Cool J singing about his hat being like a shark's fin. Seriously, what's that all about? It's mental. A 2-year-old could write better lyrics than that. So, it's a bloody amazing movie, if you compare it to, say, Shark Attack 3. So, I'll just give this 6.5 out of 10.
And if I had to be honest, I would give this film probably an 8 out of 10.